Child. Afronation. Yeah, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, honey. I mean, of course it had its ups and downs.
You go down there, you got me beat, do all of it. Answer! Oh, pull up. Let me see that shit go left to right. You ready? Let's rounding up day 2 very sweetly. We'll see you all tomorrow. African giant in the building. Who's with a black boy? What a night, man. Chris Breezy, Wizkid. My goodness.
Child, y'all ever come to Afronation, just know your feet gonna be hurt. And you gonna really start contemplating how our ancestors walked across sand beaches to get to the door no return and ship us off all these places that you know even sometimes they're saying this related slave trade didn't exist, but honey. Y'all, okay, so I might have been like a little bit too swift when I said 10 out of 10 because if we're thinking on the level of like a festival and productions and things like that, there were a lot of room for improvement. However, being that I think it was only the second year that they've had Afronation in Portugal, like, so I was still very impressed by what they pulled off. I think it only started in 2019, so, and then COVID, so this was like the first one since. But as far as vibes go, vibes 10 out of 10, baby. The vibes, and I went solo, so for my solo traveler folks, y'all know it was lit. Like, everybody I ran into was having a great time. I did run into like a lot of groups and things, so, you know, but I ran into some solo people and, child, we was living it up. I think when Beanie Man was on the stage, he was saying, you know, raise your hand if you single, whatever. And then, you know, some people was raising their hand, and he was like, dang, single at Afronation in Portugal? Like, it don't get much sweeter than that. Like, it was beautiful. Like, just seeing all of the melanated people from across the diaspora, mostly European countries, but I was meeting people from everywhere. I ran into some Howard folks, hey, Jew. So that's like a given. Anytime I'm out the country, like I know I'm gonna run into somebody from Howard. So shout out to my alma mater. A lot of y'all don't know that I did graduate from Howard University. So with the best class 2016, blame HU16, all of that. I saw a real funny girl when I was looking up Afronation and stuff. She did like a review, but I wanted to do like a review / vlog. I like how she did hers. She had me rolling, cracking up, and ready to party. But if I find her video, then I'll link it down below because it was really good from 2019. But anyway, y'all, so I would say that room for improvement. You know, everybody was talking about like the sound in certain places, but I think you just had to know how to maneuver. But like there were certain places where the sound was really, really bad and lagging. A lot of artists had trouble, so that was a room, you know, a critique that a lot of folks had. And then some things with the wristbands, like topping up the wristbands. I mean, it worked for a lot of people. I didn't have an issue with it. Thank the Most High, when I brought my ticket, it had money on it. So, and yeah, that's some tea too, because I did not buy my ticket until I got there, honey. Shout out to the person who sold me a ticket. A lot of people brought tickets and their friends dropped out at the last minute, or whatever the case may be, and they were just stuck with tickets, so they were selling tickets in the group chats and stuff. Some people did get scammed. But thankfully I didn't get scammed or anything, and I had a ball because I was only there for Saturday and Sunday because I got stuck coming. Everybody was stuck in the airport. It was a mess. Tap Air Portugal needs to do better. I do not recommend y'all flying with them at all. They are worse than Spirit, honey. And y'all know how Spirit is in the US. But I ain't gonna do that to Spirit because I had some good experiences my first couple times, but my last couple times, no, absolutely not. But Tap Air Portugal, do not recommend. But all of it was just a mess. Something happened with a plane on the runway in Lisbon, and child, people were stuck. People were getting Ubers from Lisbon to Faro. Like, that's like a 2.5, 3 hour drive. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Come on now. And they had already paid for their flight and missed out like on a night of a hotel. So I'm grateful that everything just worked out. I didn't lose any of my bags. People lost their bags. It was a mess. But once you made it there to the Algarve, it was lit. To Portimão. So we had to fly into Faro, and then the festival was like an hour away from the airport. So because it was such an influx of people too, Uber was like non-existent because like the car just was already always out, and then they had Bolt, B-O-L-T, that a lot of people used, but everybody started getting onto it and using it. So child, after a while, Bolt was non-existent. So I mean, it was taking hours to find a ride. And I mean, yeah, if you rented a car, but then you gotta pay for parking and gas, and you know what I'm saying, it was different to maneuver, especially if you was solo. Like if I was with somebody or with a group of people, then that would have been more feasible. But by myself, driving, nah. So